Play. Love 15.
That's the serve, the slider wide that has done so much damage on these courts. Really gets it sliding away nicely.
Yeah, there it is again, and it's having been on the other side of Naomi's serve, it is so difficult to read it because she has, from the trophy position into the ball toss, there is this very quick motion, very explosive, so there's little to no time to read where she is going to go.
And that is a statement start from the 16th seed, Naomi Osaka. That's large, 182 kilometers an hour.
First game.
I always feel with Osaka, you get a good read of how she's feeling when she gets that ball toss up nice and high and a full extension, and that's a confident start.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when you see her serving like this, particularly the one down the tee, she doesn't use it as often as she does the wide serve, but she uses it often enough so you can't really take that wide serve completely away. You have to be careful on the tee. And what do you think about this win predictor? Very close.
I think win predictors being way too disrespectful to Naomi Osaka's success that she's had. A four-time Grand Slam champion is only at 56%.
I guess they take the last few weeks into account, and Ruzic did make the semi-finals of Hobart.
Yep. So form is a good indicator for win predictor.
Light second service.
Well, and Justin, this is, when I watched some tape today, this is the one area of Ruzic's game that I was worried about. The second serve, she's not the tallest. She tries to make it against a big hitter like Osaka. It could get her into trouble. So for her, it's important to make a lot of first serve.
Just talk us through how she would be feeling nerves and emotion. It's not easy coming out on a nighttime session. She wouldn't have played on a court like this before.
Yeah, the most important part, I always tell players who walk out on such a big court for the first time, keep your baseline position. Keep your baseline position. Yeah, good rally there from both players, but oftentimes players who don't play in the stadium courts, oftentimes they retreat back behind the baseline involuntarily. It's a subconscious thing. You just feel the space behind you, so you want to fill it up with your body. And you lose your position on the baseline.
Still very much in the developmental stages of her career, just around her career high of 65 in the world. It's only a second Grand Slam appearance, so this is going to feel very new and different as she faces a couple of break points on her opening service game. Wow. This is a red hot start from Naomi Osaka here.
Yeah, not only a beautiful start in terms of fashion statement, but also a beautiful start in terms of tennis statement. I was worried about that second serve for Ruzic and Osaka and her team. We just saw Thomas Viktorovski in her box have scouted the same thing.
It's been a good pairing, hasn't it? Changed coaches last year when Naomi Osaka was with Patrick Mouratoglou, and then was pretty quick to change to Thomas, and I think it's been a successful pairing so far. Had a good result on the hard courts in Montreal, made the finals, and in fact lost to Victoria Mboko in 3 sets in that final. .191 km/h serve.
Wow.
Bringing the heat to already tonight.
Bringing the bombs. I agree, a very successful partnership. Right away you could see the switch. I called every single match of hers in Montreal. A lot more discipline in decision making, down the lines when needed. And this was very obvious. One thing that you could see in this rally, she remained in the cross courts a tad bit longer until she had the right shot to pull the trigger down the line, and that made all the difference. We know that she can play tennis, that she's fit.
Well, Naomi Osaka here at Rod Laver Arena in a hurry. Races to a 3-love lead.
3 games to love.
Well, Naomi Osaka loves fashion, we know that, and no hesitation in the Walk of Champions has come down and made a grand entrance here on Rod Laver Arena. It's been an incredible tournament with stars and celebrities, and that's got to be right up there with it.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that bothers me is that I know, knowing Naomi now for a few years, I know there are certain references in this outfit, and I don't get the references because I'm old and out of touch with pop culture. That's the only thing that bothers me.
We'll find that out. We'll get the answer for you. So the AO shop, scan the QR code and do some shopping.
Time.
The AO shop, you don't have to be here on site to do your shopping. Just scan the QR code anywhere in the world and you can pick up some incredible goodies.
Oh. Oh.
And you can see already that Ruzic has quite a beautiful game, really nice technique, just lacks that last bit of firepower to really push Naomi back.
Yeah, lacking a bit of a knockout punch, and her career history might suggest that. Yet to beat a player inside the top 40.
And she is straining a bit on those second serves.
Yeah, I think the important thing is when you come out on the centre stage here, you don't want to see an inexperienced player try and overplay. You've got to stick to your game plan and play to your own capabilities.
And that is such an important point you're making, Josh, because you oftentimes see that
30-all.
young players who haven't played the top stars come out guns blazing, play much higher than their baseline level, make unforced errors, then start to panic. And this is a much better and disciplined point from Ruzic.
40-30.
Yeah, you just want to get on the board early. You want to feel like you're in the match. Otherwise, it can go quickly. Your mind starts to race. But this would be an important hold here.
Use.
This is a great court surface, isn't it, for Naomi Osaka? All of her 4 slams have come on a hard court. Just has the trust in the ball and the movement. So aggressive when she's at her peak.
Just missed, and this is where Antonia is best. Ruzic likes to go around to use her forehand from the center of the court and redistribute balls. Needs to have good depth against Naomi, particularly into Naomi's forehand side.
Light for service. Advantage Osaka.
Now that is a way you can sometimes catch Osaka if you get it above the shoulder, particularly on the backhand side. On the forehand side, you have to be careful because when she sets up and has time, it can be an absolute ripper. But higher onto the backhand can be an escape.
That's fantastic movement.
Advantage
Yeah,
Osaka.
really, really good footwork here from Osaka. And you could see when she has that low one on the backhand, she just takes your pace and redirects it. This is the one there. It was a good shot by Ruzic, but that's exactly what Naomi loves.
Use. Advantage Ruzic.
Yeah, it's great to see this young lady smiling because
Use.
she hasn't always enjoyed the spotlight, and I think as she's matured into her career, she's really enjoying, especially the Grand Slams. This is what she's up for. You can see her energy levels, her enthusiasm tonight. Really keen to send a statement first round here.
Ooh, that could have become dangerous. And Ruzic, again, when she has a little bit of time on the forehand, she can distribute the ball very nicely around the court. Another chance to get on the board here.
You must remember they were followed by Jannik Sinner, and you know, with a quick retirement out of nowhere, they didn't have a lot of time to get ready and come onto the court.
Well, in fact, when we got the call to head to the booth, Naomi Osaka was exactly in front of us, and I said to you, Josh, oh, we don't have to rush. She's here. She's still here too.
That's lovely. That'll be a real confidence booster.
Advantage Ruzic. Use.
Outstanding ball striking.
Advantage.
Almost was sitting on this return here.
Yeah, you can see it here. Just a fraction of a second early on the ball, Osaka, that gives her the time. And that is a much better way to go into the forehand of Osaka. I think Ruzic should keep with more serves into the backhand side and go into the forehand only when she can find depth and pace. Otherwise, Osaka will hit winner after winner off that wing. And this is what can happen on the backhand side when you keep her in the cross courts sometimes. And it's gotten so much better with Viktorowski by her side, but sometimes she pulls the trigger down the line too early. And you can see by her face saying, "Ah, that was into my body. That was not the one to go down the line on."
Oh.
Very difficult to beat Osaka if the ball is coming through the middle corridor. Definitely have to try and get her on the run or back in behind her. But when she's going forward through that middle corridor, she's deadly.
Advantage Ruzic. Cain.
Warm applause here for the 22-year-old. It's a full house here tonight on Rod Laver Arena in what was an enormous game, nearly 14 minutes of battling. That's just reward here.
And I gotta say, I love the competitive spirit of young Antonia Ruzic here. She hung in this game, and Naomi Osaka is playing a very good beginning of this match. This is quite entertaining. Yeah, she missed it, but you could see there was the higher one to the backhand, got the short one, just didn't quite execute. But that can be a game plan against Osaka, never guaranteed because she's just that good.
Second ace for Naomi tonight. 184 down the tee. That's where she likes it. Oh, she's made gaining in confidence tonight.
30 all.
What a rally from both women, and look how low Ruzic is staying here, reminiscent of Radwanska and Angie Kerber. Knee touches the ground.
So here's an opportunity. So a great back point here for Ruzic. That's long. So a really strong fight back here from Ruzic. But it's Osaka in the lead, 3-2 first set.
Osaka leads 3-2.
I just get the feeling that Osaka is almost over anxious or over keen to try and do everything so well and hit winners and play perfectly, but just needs to be a little more patient, I suspect.
Yeah, I think that's the one task she maybe has for herself, because she has that much power and she can hit those winners, as we saw on a few returns and serves. But Ruzic is a good player. She's just up and coming. She's 65 in the world, very solid. She has good technique. I feel like when somebody has a lot of power and you come up against somebody who has good technique, they can usually handle it once the nerves settled. You could see Antonia just being okay with that much pace directed at her. And Naomi definitely needs to find a bit more patience.
Time.
Well, that's just such a beautiful sight here. The Melbourne Tennis Centre, so well located to the backdrop of the city there. We're in Rod Laver Arena. At the bottom of your picture, you've got Kia Arena. You've also got Margaret Court Arena at the back. And plenty of outside courts still in action here on day 3 at the Australian Open. Naomi Osaka off to a solid start, leads 3-2 first set.
Love 15.
This is really good awareness, isn't it? Just going wider and wider, but prepared to move forward and take time away from Osaka here by getting up to it, getting it nice and early.
And again, freed herself from the forehand side, Osaka, and I really think Ruzic needs to be very careful when to change up the line. It has to have good depth and good pace, otherwise she will just out-counter herself because Osaka is so good in that forehand side.
A very good cross-court backhand, Ruzic.
30 all.
Yeah, just in general, very sound technique.
Yeah, you get the feeling she was probably pretty well coached as a junior growing up,
Agree.
where the fundamentals were obviously important from a young age. It's easy power. She's not sort of striving to and swinging out of her shoes.
30. Game.
Ruzic levels at 3-all in the opening set. Second Grand Slam main draw appearance for the 22-year-old. It's been a great start, really, up against a player who's won 4 Grand Slam career titles, been world #1. This is a beautiful court to play tennis on.
It is.
The Rod Laver Arena. These are perfect conditions. Night session. It's been a warm day here in Melbourne. No wind to speak about.
Love. 40 love. T15. T13. Game.
Bit of a battle, but Naomi Osaka with the service hold moves ahead. We're on serve, and she leads 4-3 first set.
Osaka leads 4 games to 3.
Well, and Josh, we've been talking about the forehand and backhand of Naomi Osaka, and by no means is Naomi Osaka's backhand bad, but take a look at her placement today. Very short in the court. 74% of Osaka backhand placements are inches and meters before the baseline, and that just gives Ruzic the time to distribute the ball nicely. She has good technique.
Yeah, and especially given that her ball flight is really quite flat off the backhand. It's okay if you've got a lot of shape on your shot, but Osaka doesn't, so definitely something she needs to take care of, work on that depth, and with depth and with the power that she has, it takes time away from her opponent, so I'm sure this is something that she'll look at closely if she goes on and wins this match.
Time.
It's another stunning night here on Rod Laver Arena. A full house here Tuesday night. It seems like everywhere you look it's been a full house here already. Records on day 1 and day 2 of the Australian Open, and I'm pretty confident that day 3 will be another record. So far it's been an outstanding start to this year's Australian Open.
Light service.
New balls, sometimes they can just be a little quick through the air.
I'm a service.
Yeah, we have so many players now changing rackets, taking freshly strung rackets when there are new balls.
Did you do that?
I did not, because I was unprofessional.
Saving you money.
Exactly, very German. Now there was much better depth there off the backhand from Osaka, and right away has her opponent under duress. And that's what depth really does. It puts the opponent into uncomfortable positions where they might have to lift the ball or play shorter, and you can do something with it. And this, for me, Josh, I wonder what you think, is the perfect counter-example where Osaka struck the ball very well, but it was short in the court. And somebody like Ruzic with clean technique just goes down very low in the legs, takes the pace that she gets and redirects.
Yeah, ball's almost too perfect at times, Osaka. It's too clean. And when she's in full flight, she can hit through the court and just be better than most of her opponents. However, it's why she hasn't had much success on clay. A little flat, her ball flat. But this is the thing with depth and shape. It comes when you play more matches and a little more confidence. It's a quick start, the Australian Summer. You don't get a lot of matches in. I think a lot of it is this reaction here is movement's never been the best or the strongest part of her game, and you get the feeling sometimes she pulls the trigger almost because she doesn't want to have to chase and get too engaged in long rallies. but I think she's moving really well at the
Yes.
moment.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe the best she's ever moved.
That's right. So it's a part of a game that she's put a lot of work in the last 12 months, and I think she needs to trust it a little more and back herself that she can stay in some of these longer rallies and not have to pull the trigger too early. Much better depth.
Advantage Osaka. Game Osaka.
That's the important break for Naomi Osaka. Needs 5-3 and a chance to close his
Osaka
first set out.
leads 5 games to 3.
Be prepared to be low and step forward. Yes, that's right. But on the backhand, the bounce is low. Be prepared. Come on, come on.
Yeah, some instruction there to stay low, particularly off the backhand side from Ruzic. And this has become quite the dogfight after the first 10-15 minutes or so, where Osaka looked like the much more dominant player in terms of pace and heaviness of shot, but Ruzic settled in nicely.
Love.
It's a weapon. His first serve just lost 2 points once she lands the first serve
Love.
and finds herself with 3 set points. Pretty good set of tennis here for the 16th seed. Naomi Osaka from Japan. 6-3, first set.
By 6
Keep
games to
pushing
3.
on second serve.
Yeah, this was very...
Love.
Do you expect to see much change from Ruzic in her game style or tactics?
Nah, I don't think so. I do think that if she gets a few tips, that she will remain in the Osaka backhand a few beats longer before she pulls the trigger. There were a few drop shots that were quite well placed. Osaka ran them down with maybe a nice way to disrupt the rhythm. And this backhand down the line, really beautiful. I think that just getting a good start into the second set could make a difference for her, because she got so overwhelmed in that first set. Once she settled in, it was almost too late already.
Yep. Yeah, just 145 kilometres an hour. Her fastest serve up at 164 kilometres an hour, so that's 20 kilometres an hour slower. Got what it deserved. Should be happy with his start. Comfortable service hold. You just can't give the champions of our sport big leads. Think that you can easily come back from that. You just got to try and keep it tight on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and even then, for those who have seen the match of Swiatek yesterday, Yuan Ye played a fantastic first set, was up 5-3, served for it at 5-4, but Swiatek just came up with 3-4 huge winners to equal it. But if you are close, if you stay close, and you're not happy by your body language, Josh Eagle, I can say
Not happy with
about the win predictor at all.
61%. What to go from 57 to 61?
With winning the first set, I guess. But it is weird because, for example, it gives Auger-Aliassime a 77% chance over winning against Borges, who has just been ranked 30 in the world a couple of months ago, who played 4th round here, beat Dimitrov.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And gives Pegula against a player ranked 103 in the world, Zakharova, gives Pegula a, I think it was like a 65% chance. How does that make sense?
There's 5 in the world. Yeah, I'm not agreeing with it.
Okay.
I'm not happy with it.
Okay. I can see by your body language, but keep your body language to yourself and over on your side, okay? Yeah, there were a few nice change-ups here from Ruzic. We saw the one higher one and the little forehand slice to save herself from a defensive position that eventually drew the unforced error.
That's the way to save break point.
bounce. Come on.
Light for service. Advantage Osaka.
Nicely done here by both women. Osaka coming up with big serves to go up game point, and then what a touch by Ruzic. We've seen a few drop shots in the first set that weren't quite as successful, but this one really hit the mark.
Advantage Ruzic.
Well, we can see she's certainly a player on the up. She's handled the occasion so well tonight. Very clean ball striking. Hasn't been overawed by this situation. Just a little quick to change direction and pays the price. Ruzic leads 2-love.
Leads 2 games to love.
Come on, just on break. Push on return. Use angle. Make her run. Come on. A little bit, yes. Sometimes, yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for play.
This is something Ruzic does so well. She really recognizes short balls quite well and approaches them quickly. That's usually something young players fail to do. It's something you have to teach them. They strike the ball well, but Ruzic really good in recognizing.
Third T-love.
Serving so well in the second set. Ruzic has made 8 from 8.
T-love.
And he lost the 1 point on serve so far in this second set.
Cain.
So there's a little bit of shift in momentum here. It's a pretty quick start in this second set for Ruzic.
Ruzic leads 3-1.
3-love. First set, Osaka.
Nice. We talked about the technique of Ruzic that is very clean. Here she approaches the short ball very quickly, doesn't have quite the same firepower that Osaka has, but she does so well with how she uses her body, her legs, how early she takes the ball, and so she makes more than up for it. She's not as tall, not as strong. Maybe things to come. Would you try to make her a bit stronger in terms of body?
Maybe a little bit. I think as she
Time.
continues to develop and mature. Stunning, isn't it? That's the aerial shot of where we are here at Melbourne Park. Lit up in full glory. Real fan favourite here. Grand Slam of Asia Pacific, where this will be beamed prime time back into Japan, where Naomi Osaka is such a superstar. I always think, Petko, it's a great sign when you see a player come out in a really big match. This is a huge match for her, and really play well. Not be afraid of the occasion. She's really embraced it tonight, and I think that's a sign of a player who will improve, will take a lot of learnings, win or lose tonight.
And you're absolutely right. It took her all of 10 minutes maybe to settle into the biggest court she's ever played on, the biggest crowd she's ever been in front of. And now it seems like she almost believes that she can win this. We will obviously have to see how it plays out, but that's a quick mind shift to have for such an inexperienced player. You mentioned it's only her second Grand Slam main draw tournament.
$30. $40-30. Game, second.
Yeah, good response from Osaka.
Ruzic leads 3-1.
Yeah, we heard Thomas tell her earlier, it's only one break. Don't panic, stay there. It's always easier said than done, but it is true. There's not much dividing the two. Well, and Josh Osaka is hitting the ball well, but she's just hitting it too short. Now the forehand as well landed very short in the court. That's why Ruzic is dictating play right now. And you might be surprised, but if you subtract the aces from Osaka, Ruzic has actually hit more winners off the ground and from baseline rallies than Osaka.
No, I agree. I just think Osaka has just been a little too eager to try and finish the points and play this perfectionist tennis that we know she can play. If game plan A doesn't work, you've got to be pretty quick to be aware and shift into game plan B. Ruzic has done a wonderful job tonight of going back in behind Osaka, keeping her on the move, getting her out of that center, that middle corridor that she just loves to hit from.
Light for service. (40-30).
Can't find the court on that backhand Osaka, so it's a handy lead here for Ruzic. Leads 4-1, second set.
Well, and Josh, we talked about how the shots of Osaka are landing just a bit short here in the second set, and Ruzic has taken full advantage of that. Take a look here. These are the rally hit points in set one, very close. Osaka slightly ahead. Now let's jump ahead to set two. This is a tremendous difference from Ruzic's perspective. She has moved almost an entire meter in front of Osaka's hit point, is now firmly on the baseline, dictating play and looking very much in command, unless Osaka finds a bit more depth and stability again.
Yeah, it's great to see that we have the technology to be able to show you that what's going on in a match and the tactical changes the players are making. So great awareness here from the 22-year-old from Croatia. A beautiful evening here on Rod Laver Arena, as Naomi Osaka got herself in a good position in the opening set, fast out of the gates, and Was too good in the opening set, 6-3, but it's Antonia Ruzic who's up 4-1. Just the one break in the second.
15 love.
Oh, it's a change of direction that is doing so much damage, Petko. It's been super impressive. This is the hardest shot. To change direction mid-rally, you've got to be so good physically. You've got to be in position, and the footwork sets this up.
Yeah, beautifully how she puts her right foot ahead, then uses her body to move the backhand up the line, and then on the forehand, open stance a bit more.
Go for it.
Turning around, the coach saying, why is she upset again? What is the problem in being up 4-1?
40-15. Game Osaka.
Just stays in touch, but Osaka still down a break, 4-2 second set.
Ruzic leads 4 games to
When it's
2.
all said and done, and
You need to make her run when you have a chance with the first shot. Come on.
Oh, no,
Come on.
I'm just trying to reiterate that message of getting her opponent to run. But Petko, if I'm to ask you, when it's all said and done, she's finished her career, do you think she'll add to her 4 Grand Slams? Do you think she'll get any more?
Very good question. I mean, she was very close at the US Open, if you think about it. Was up a set and a break on Amanda Anisimova, and who knows what happens in the final. Tennis quality-wise, yes, 100%. I think she will add.
15 love.
And I think if she adds one more, she will add probably multiple more. I do think there is some kind of mental blockage right now, as if she needs to break through that wall of some kind of obstacle that she feels. I saw it in that Montreal final.
Yeah.
Just she was up a set and a break. Everything was going well, and just something happened where she sort of self-destructed. And I think you put a very good finger on it. She's such a perfectionist, and that's what makes her such a big champion. But that perfectionism sometimes stands in her way because she gets so upset about small mistakes. If she can get that under control, it's so hard. I was very similar, so I understand how hard that is. Sometimes in retrospect, it's much easier to see.
Best chances you think are at the Australian Open and US Open, where she has a Grand Slam victories?
I think conditions-wise, Australian Open. I think audience-wise, US Open, because she loves a big audience. New York loves her. She really has a connection with the crowd there ever since she beat Serena in that final. She would probably need the conditions of the Australian Open with the crowd, with the New York crowd.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Nice and quick, lively. Well, it's the unforced error count here that's frustrating Osaka. Stunning, isn't it? Ruzic just one game away from taking this to a third set. Leads 5-2, second set.
Ruzic leads 5-2. Time.
Really has been a wonderful clash here on Rod Laver Arena. Naomi Osaka started brilliantly, the number 16th seed. Quick out of the gates tonight and took that first set 6-3. But it's Croatia's #1 player at the moment, Antonia Ruzic, up 5-2 and playing some of the best tennis of her life. Oh, it's outstanding. What a point from the 22-year-old.
Love 15.
And a backhand down the line. Both forehand and backhand. This is the beauty about Ruzic's game, is that both sides of her game are very stable, and I think that's what also surprised Osaka in a way. It's very difficult to scout players that haven't been around for a very long time.
And I think you're right, Petko. She's finding it difficult to pick on a side tonight from her opponent. Both rock solid wherever she's gone into. Hasn't been able to try and break a side down. Well, that first serve has been a weapon tonight, though.
40-15.
First serve percentage at 65%, but it's very healthy when it goes in. Just lost 6 points on that first serve tonight, up at 82% win rate.
$40-30.
Oh.
Use.
That's nicely done. Didn't have many opportunities in the second set for neutral balls off the forehand side. This is the one that Osaka loves and is so effective on, but didn't have that many in the second set. Really got pushed around by Ruzic up until now.
Game, second.
Well, that was an important hold there for Naomi Osaka, 28-year-old. Just get one more crack on the Ruzic serve.
Well, and I don't know if Osaka noticed, but that last forehand of hers had a lot more shape and height on it. Not sure whether that was with intention, but right away the unforced error from Ruzic. She's not very tall, Antonia. Maybe that would be a way to go for Osaka to free herself here in the second set and maybe come back after all.
Titimar.
And this will get her heart rate up for sure here. Young Antonia Ruzic, the 22-year-old, hasn't been in a moment like this before, and she just needs a big dose of self-belief and a lot of first serves. Why is this game always so hard? Especially when you're trying to close out a set.
100%. It's always the case, right? And it doesn't matter whether it's inexperienced players like Antonia Ruzic, whether it's Grand Slam champions. The moment they serve for a set, a match, nerves set in.
Yeah. In the blink of an eye, the self-doubt has crept in here.
15-14.
And it's Osaka with a couple of breakback opportunities.
Well, we
Just
do
a
have
second,
the
Antonia.
yeah, we do have the red light on the net post still on.
The last call was in, correct? Just to confirm, Naomi, the ball was in. The lights are still on, but they're working on it to switch it off. You okay with it to continue? Yeah? Okay, we wait then. How long do you think it's going to take? I don't have information about that.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a malfunction with the lights. We're just going to wait for a little bit.
she didn't even know they were on. Osaka, I'm sure of it.
Well, this is when they turned on, so right before the serve, and both players played a full rally without noticing they were on.
Shouldn't have told her. The show would have gone on.
Should have just, this is an awkward moment for everything to stop. Who do you think this favors?
I think this can help Ruzic, the 22-year-old, because she just needs to steady herself, find a couple of first serves. I know how to fix this.
How?
Just turn it off and on,
Oh.
just like your mobile phone, and it'll
See,
work.
this is a smart thinking. I was just thinking, just kick it a little bit. You know, kick the light a little bit.
Well, doing the right thing, just going over it, hydrating and making the most of this short break here. Well, within a right to do that. I wonder if you can go over and chat to your team. Not so sure you can do that mid.
That's a good question. Probably not, because they are just on the opposite sides right now.
It was a great start tonight from Osaka. Came out, made the grand entrance.
You see that cable there? Just a little
Snip
snip of scissors. I have some scissors with me in my bag, so if anybody needs me, I can play the hero tonight. The problem is, I think that I don't think this bothers anybody, but if the lights were to go off in the middle of the rally and one of the player noticed, they would have to replay, so they might as well just wait. Me, with my impatience, I could not. I would just continue playing. Well, how would you?
Well, I was surprised. She said, no, we'll wait. I thought she would play on because she didn't even know they were on the point before.
Yeah, maybe hoping that having to think about the next serve will have the tension and the nerves rise up in Antonia Ruzic.
Yeah, let's just take a look at this point here. You can see Ruzic is about to serve. The lights go on.
Nobody notices.
No, they play a great point.
Except for Josh Eagle, because he put his hand up right away. Nobody listens. 1, 2, 3, 5. 8 shots played without noticing the lights were on.
No. It might get to the stage where they might just have to cut the cord.
I do find it strange that everyone is getting up and they are playing music, and it's 5-3 deuce. Ruzic trying to serve the set out. So Josh, I had a similar situation once, and the DJ of the stadium, it was a New Haven tournament, doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Played under pressure.
Cain. It's pretty cool. Bit of an excess pumping here on Rod Laver Arena. How would you rate Osaka's performance tonight if you had to give her a score out of 10?
Honestly, I think that she's moving better than ever. I think she's striking the ball well. I just think that in the second set or somewhere along the end of the first set, a shortness of ball just creeped into her game. It's not that she's, and that's the trickiest part. Something is happening. Somebody's showing up and clipping cables or just pulling cables. I think that, but maybe you were in the position. I had that a few times where I'm hitting the ball well and I don't understand why I'm being dictated upon. And oftentimes it's when your ball just lands a little bit short. And that can be due to the temperature maybe falling down. Let's check the weather. Maybe just another string set would help her.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. I'm surprised she hasn't tinkered with it.
See, it's 22 now.
It's a bit cooler, so it's heavier conditions as the night comes here in Melbourne. We know that, but I've sometimes figured, why wouldn't she change string? That string, she's used that green Yonex string her whole career, and I've just wondered why she wouldn't change to you can get it in a rough where it gives it, grips the ball and gives it a little more shape. We're back in business, team. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now continue the match. Use.
The lights are off and we are ready to go. Five-3, trying to close out this set here. Ruzic.
Advantage, Ruzic.
That had to be perfect because she's on end range, going over the high part of the net with zero margin to work with, but the execution was just perfect from Osaka.
Advantage, Ruzic.
That's a great set of tennis for the world number 69. And we are going the distance here on Rod Laver. One set all.
Titino. 40-15.
Yeah, this shot's been a weapon tonight. The forehand down the line.
Juice.
And I could just hear the coach of Ruzic saying otvarai, which means open the court. So keep changing directions as she has been doing in that second set so beautifully.
Advantage, Osaka.
Loading and stop. Come on.
Game.
That's the perfect way to close out the opening service game with an ace down the tee.
First game, 20 sets.
Yep. Yeah, do not hesitate. Quick hand. Keep swing. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, the messaging tonight, Petko, for Naomi Osaka, it's all about aggression and going for it.
You're not happy with it? I see it on your face.
I don't know if I'm not happy with it. I get why that messaging is, because they know that's her game style and how she wins and how she has won in the past, but just not convinced Ruzic is going to hit you off the court if you can have shape and depth.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I think just to maybe find a bit of middle ground and just be prepared to grind 1 or 2 extra shots until you can pull the trigger.
Well, I agree 100% on the shape. Osaka has hit a few times, maybe not the cleanest shot, but it just went up high with rotation, and that's why Ruzic got into trouble. She's not the tallest player. She needs a little bit of pace from her opponent.
That's impressive. What Ruzic has done well tonight is she's used that pace and redirected very well and changed direction. But I don't know, I think it's all well and good if you can rip winners like this, but you're going to have to do it for another 30, 40 minutes here.
It took me only 2 hours, but 1 hour
15-13.
That's the perfect point for Naomi Osaka right there.
Absolutely brilliant, so patient, 18 shots and one better than the other. Ruzic held firm for the longest time, but Osaka got the short one and finished it off.
Oh, just overhit, so unfortunate. She gifts an early break in this third set to Osaka. Hasn't she done this very well tonight? Antonia pushes forward, stays low, and done a great job of going back in behind Osaka.
Yeah, she really has a good eye for that. Oh, and there's definitely more energy in Naomi Osaka's ground strokes right now. A bit more pace on them as well. And that's when it becomes difficult for Ruzic to step in. That's what she does so well, Josh, that recognizing the short ball, going up to it quickly.
No, it's full aggression. Won 10 of 11 points in a row on this first serve. That's what's doing the damage in this third set. Well, there's very little margin and there's time running out, but this is as good as it gets here for Ruzic.
And look how she runs towards the ball. You will see a lot of players run down an angled ball parallel to the court, which makes the space even bigger and more impossible. And Ruzic recognizes the shorter ball and runs straight to it.
Just not comfortable at all when she's on end range. Osaka feels like she can't get back to the middle of the court, so then she pulls the trigger and tries to hit an impossible winner.
Thank you.
Smart change up there from Naomi Osaka. Took some pace off, put a kick serve into play, and that threw Ruzic off the timing. And again, that higher, that rotated ball draws the error rather than the flat ground strokes that land a little bit too short.
Yep.
Advantage Osaka. Juice.
No, just overran it a little.
Advantage Ruzic.
Just too impatient here. And that is a good fight back from Ruzic. 2-1. Naomi Osaka leads. Final set.
Osaka leads 2-1.
Well, she's so popular, isn't she? Petko everywhere she goes, and a real genuine superstar, and in fact involved in the opening of the Olympics in Japan.
And Josh, I have found the background of her outfit. Are you interested? Or
Very.
not
I've been
interested?
dying to hear.
Okay, so her outfit is inspired by the jellyfish.
Oh.
That's why the colors and the tendrils hanging off, because her daughter Shai loved an image of a jellyfish.
So that's the wonderful hat that Naomi Osaka entered this Rod Laver Arena tonight.
And the butterfly on it is inspired by the Australian Open 2021, when a butterfly landed on Naomi's face and created an iconic image, and that's why there's a butterfly on the head, and there's the jellyfish, and the outfit is inspired by the jellyfish. After Naomi Osaka's daughter Shai saw an image of a jellyfish when Naomi was reading to her and got so excited. And now that I know it, I can really see it, and it's so nice. And that was well done. That was not an easy shot. That higher one that has no pace, you really have to catch it before it jumps above your shoulder, and you have to create all the pace by yourself.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you please not to make any noise in between the first and second serve. Thank you. All.
Well saved here. That's the depth doing the damage.
Light for service.
Very animated tonight. It's been an emotional roller coaster, really. Gone through all the emotions. Shouldn't be surprised. Ruzic has played beautifully tonight.
She really has, and the Osaka backhand just... I was just trying to listen in on the Tomas Viktorowski coaching. Couldn't quite make it out. Something with the backhand. What I have noticed with Naomi's backhand is that, and this is the opposing coaching camps, they are very happy with how Ruzic has played today. We talked about the backhand, how it lands a little short in the court. We had that graphic in the very first set, and a bunch of backhands have ended up in the net. And I sometimes feel like she doesn't fully follow through to the front. She sometimes just sort of swings up, you know, and to the side of her body, and that's where she loses the depth of shot. Now that was the perfect example of when she does it correctly, when she really uses the left arm to
Gets
pull
it
through the backhand.
Yeah, gets a contact point right out in front, gets through the shot, finishes it really to perfection.
Let's service.
That's stunning from Naomi Osaka, and boy, does she need to play this type of tennis. Holds serve and leads 3-2 in this final set.
Osaka leads 3-2.
Getting a little tense here, isn't it, in the third?
It is. It is. I'm getting tense. I don't know about you, but it's just. But I do think that this is a very good quality match. Yes, there are a few things that Osaka can do better if she wants to win here, of course, but she's been met with a very difficult opponent today.
This is one of the better ones. And you talk about that backhand, and the same applies to her forehand. She's got really big swings. I think sometimes if you were coaching her, just possibly shorten the swing a fraction, because she just leans back and catches it a little late. When she's won a bunch of matches, it's free flowing, but it's not quite there just yet. It's a fired up Naomi Osaka here on Rod Laver Arena, and she is in a real fight here. We're on serve, 3-2. Final set. Just long. A much more patient Naomi Osaka. Oh, she's so hard to beat, Naomi Osaka, in 3 sets at the Australian Open. In fact, she's won 8 and only ever lost 1 in her career once it goes the distance.
I remember very vividly on this court when she was down 2 match points against Garbiñe Muguruza. Came back won that match, won the Australian Open in the end.
That's the ball there. That needs to have a lot more depth, a lot more shape. Take the net out of play.
15-13.
Well done by Antonia Ruzic, who every time you think Naomi Osaka has found a way to break through, right, and put her aside, she just bounces back and comes up with more and better shots.
$40-13.
That's classy. 3-all, final set.
3 games all.
Just reads the game so well here, gets the first shorter one. She's right up on the baseline. And the courage to play a drop shot in this.
Yeah, haven't seen it all night.
One single one in the second set.
All right, 3-all. 2 hours and 8 minutes.
$15.
If there are that many backhands landing short or in the net for Naomi Osaka, you can see her here, how she brushes so close to the body rather than follow through to the ball. That's usually a sign of tension in the muscles. Your shoulders just rise up slightly. You don't have the free flow to follow through.
Stop.
30 all. Thank you, please.
Trouble here. Break point. Ruzic really starting to dominate these longer rallies. The 9+ rallies, that's where she's really starting to make her mark tonight. That's a big error. And Antonia Ruzic with a break leads 4-3, final set.
4 games to 3.
Pulling out a fresh racket. Ruzic after getting the break here.
Time.
Boy, oh boy, we are coming down to the wire here in this final set. Antonia Ruzic from Croatia has played outstanding tennis here in the night session on Rod Laver Arena, on the cusp of the biggest win in her career. Leads 4-3 with new balls over the former champion Naomi Osaka. Sometimes you need a little luck.
Sometimes you do.
Love 13.
Tense times here. Really the first forehand that we've seen in a long time where Ruzic has got a little tight, just didn't quite swing right through this ball. And a couple of break-back points straight away here for Naomi Osaka. That's a great game. She needed it. 4-all.
4 games all.
Come on. On your turn.
Well, and Ruzic just gets the information to stay consistent, to stay tough, play point by point. And Osaka played a brilliant game to break here. And I do feel like, Josh, there was a little bit more shape on that last few forehands of Naomi, and I do think that that's why Ruzic then does tense up.
30.
Yeah, that gave her a real boost, that break back.
Yep, 9-8, ace of this match. Make it 10.
What a stretch of play here for Osaka.
40. Game.
Oh, what a game. What a couple of games from Naomi Osaka. Puts her nose in front here in this final set and leads 5 games to 4.
Osaka leads 5 games to 4. Time.
It's been a treat here tonight on Rod Laver Arena. Yannick Sinner getting through earlier in, well, a couple of sets of tennis, and his opponent unfortunately retired, but this one has gone the distance, and we are loving it, absolutely loving it. 5-4 in the third.
Thank you.
Antonia Ruzic coming out to serve to stay in this match. Did everything but win this point.
Love 15.
Just that higher one again, loses control over that. Those low ones when her knee touches the ground, that's where she's so good in. Ruzic, little opening here for Osaka.
On a real stretch of points here.
Love 13.
Ruzic has got to find a way to slow this down and get a point here. hasn't gone away, hasn't been overawed by the occasion. That's what I've loved so much about this performance from the 22-year-old from Croatia.
Thank you.
Lets me down in the biggest of moments.
Yeah, just the forehand in the last 5-6 minutes or so has let her down, Antonia Ruzic, but Osaka showing some real mental fortitude here to come up with her first match point.
Oh, what a way for Naomi Osaka to wrap it up tonight and move into the second round. Really had to produce some of her absolute best when it mattered deep in this third set. And boy, oh boy, will Naomi Osaka enjoy this victory. That was some performance.
Absolutely well done. She had an opponent that put out her very, very best, and I'm sure we will hear more of Antonia Ruzic. Here she is. What a match she's played, and Naomi Osaka can be very proud of herself. How she pulled through, was down a break in that third set, and then went on a stunning stretch of play, and that's what champions do, don't they? They find their best when it matters most, and she did when she was down 4-3